Hello and welcome. I'm Laura Thornton. Today I'll explain both the cause of and the cure for lower back pain. There's hardly an adult on this planet who hasn't suffered from lower back pain at one time or another. I know I have a few times, but fortunately I've been able to get rid of it in just a short time. But if you've had the pain for more than 90 days, that's considered chronic, and you may need a bit of help. So in today's video, I'm going to do three things. I'll explain all the most commonly identified causes of lower back pain, as in commonly identified by the medical community. And I'll also share one specific cause of back pain that's been hidden by the pain management industry, but is in reality the cause of 99% of all back pain. It's probably causing your back pain right now. Finally, I'll explain how to cure lower back pain without doctors, drugs, or medical treatment. Because once you have the correct information, back pain is easy to cure. Now, this all starts with the correct diagnosis. So let's dive in. Back pain is the most common chronic pain issue in modern society, but it's really almost exclusively lower back pain. When someone says they have back pain, 95% of the time, it's lower back pain. So I asked Google AI what causes lower back pain. And here's what comes up. Lower back pain can stem from a variety of causes, including muscle or ligament strains, degenerative disc disease, herniated discs, spinal stenosis, and even conditions like arthritis or osteoporosis. Now, that's already a long list of causes, but AI goes on to also say injuries, poor posture, and even certain rare medical conditions can also cause lower back pain. Google also says it's important to consult with your doctor for a proper diagnosis and treatment if your lower back pain is persistent. And that's true. And I hope you have consulted with your doctor if the pain is chronic, meaning you've had it for longer than 90 days. Now, let's go back to the causes of lower back pain because I think Google AI left out that one very important cause I mentioned earlier. Now watch what happens when I ask AI the same question in a different way. Google, does stress cause lower back pain? Yes, stress can cause lower back pain. When experiencing stress, the body tenses up, leading to muscle tension and increased pressure on the lower back. This can manifest as pain or discomfort in the lower back, and it may be exacerbated during periods of high stress. So I ask you, in today's 24/7 digital world, aren't we all in periods of high stress much of the time? Yeah, I'd say we are. You see, lower back pain centers around what's called the stress back pain cycle. Let me explain what this is. There are two types of stress. First, there's the stress that creates the back pain in the first place. This might include anything from conflict with your boss to social media or politics. It's a long list of possibilities. And there's also the emotional stress that's created by the lower back pain itself. And I found that this is often the worst stressor of all. And this creates a negative feedback loop because stress about the back pain itself becomes fuel for more back pain. So we have to disrupt that loop in order to heal. So in my experience, the last cause, the one Google forgot to mention, stress, is by far the most common cause of back pain. Unfortunately, the entire pain management industry is laser focused on all the other causes which are related to the spine. So the doctors, the chiropractors, the physical therapists, and the surgeons are all treating the spine. But when you look at the results generated by pain management, you have to wonder whether the spine is really the cause because their treatments don't seem to work at all. I mean, think about it. Chiropractors don't really cure anybody. Physical therapy doesn't cure anyone. Epidural shots don't cure back pain either. And surgery seems to have about a 90% failure rate. So what treatment does the pain management industry offer that actually cures back pain? The answer? None. If they did, it wouldn't be called the pain management industry. It would be called the pain cure industry. The problem for them is that when you cure someone for good, You can't build them any longer. Something that actually does work. Now, what I do know for sure is that when you treat lower back pain as if it's the result of emotional tension, because it nearly always is, and with the appropriate strategy, the pain resolves quickly almost every time. For example, we have a client named Dennis. Dennis went to the chiropractor every week without fail for 17 years straight. His pain always stayed the same. He never got better until Dennis started treating his back pain as a stress response. Then he was cured in just 2 weeks. And that's not all that rare. It happens regularly. Tension myositis syndrome. The diagnosis for stress-based back pain that your doctors aren't allowed to use is called tension myositis syndrome, or TMS for short. And if you're wondering, myositis means muscle inflammation. So this diagnosis literally means that emotional tension creates muscle inflammation in the back. The TMS diagnosis was created by the late, great Dr. John Sarno, who specialized in healing back pain at New York University Hospital for almost half a century. He was also a professor, sold millions of books, and cured over 10,000 back pain sufferers at his clinic. And believe it or not, he did it without any medical treatment. According to Dr. Sarno, information is the cure. The pain management industry doesn't use the TMS diagnosis because healing people without medical treatment is just not profitable. In fact, if you just manage back pain, then you have a continuous revenue source. But you don't want to do that, do you? Of course not. You just want to cure your lower back pain so you can wake up every morning feeling great and ready to get on with your day. That's why we put together a free workshop that will give you the simple 3-step process for healing stress-based back pain. This is the same healing process that I use to get rid of my back pain. And it's not hard, but it does involve a little more than just trying to relax. You can find this free 6-minute workshop at calmyourback.com, and there's a link below this video. I'm Laura Thornton, and I understand that you may be skeptical of what you've heard here today. I get it. Why wouldn't you be after all you've been through so far? So before you go, keep watching to check out some real back pain sufferers who did cure themselves permanently. And now, as you'll see, they're very happy people again. Thanks for watching.
My name is Rusty Frayne, and I have had back issues for more than 15 years. And it's hard to believe that after reading a book and watching video modules from John and Laura, that in 2 days, only 2 days, I could cure the pain in my back. It's hard to believe. In fact, none of my friends believe it, but I'm the one who's playing golf 3 days a week, working out in the gym 3 days a week, stretching, walking, doing anything that I want to do, including yard work that I couldn't do before.
I've seen pretty much every doctor at Kaiser because I'm going back trying to find answers, and each doctor would just say, the physical therapy or, more medication, more injections. And the last doctor I saw just pretty much told me that she had back issues, and her answer was to, as soon as her son turned 2, to never pick him up again. And she just turned to me and said, you're never going to be able to pick up your son. It's just picking up your son causes too much back pain. So it's something that you're not going to be able to do. And I left there, and I could cry right now, just thought of it. But, I go to the park all the time with my son, and I pick up my son every day, so because of your guys' workshop. So,
hey, my name is Aziz Gazipora, and with the help of Laura and John from the Pain Cure Clinic, I went from stuck and in pain and afraid of that pain to feeling fully strong in my body, able to do anything I want, running, lifting, throwing my kids on the bed, wrestling, you name it, and having total certainty that the pain's not going to just come out of nowhere and get me again. And to me, that's more valuable than even being able-bodied. It's that I'm not afraid of the pain in the future. And that's very exciting.
I was able to walk without my walker. I could walk 100 feet without any assistance within weeks of this program. I was able to walk up and down stairs, which I hadn't been able to do for years.
Wow. That is fantastic. I mean, that is really good.
It is mind-blowing. You've made it so easy. I just follow the steps.
So where am I right now? Well, I am 8 months later. I've not gone to the chiropractor. I have no reason to go to the chiropractor. This is after going to a chiropractor every week for 17 years. And I have not gone to a chiropractor at all. I have no problems. I have no pain. That lingering thought in your brain, is something going to happen? That doesn't even exist anymore. I don't even think about it anymore. If you're out there and you're suffering from TMS, join John and Laura's program, go through it, and put in the work. If you put in the work, you're going to get past this stuff.
When it got worse, it became a 24/7 thing. It was, I am now bedridden. There's like anything and everything I thought that I could do with my life was gone. And it got progressively worse over the next year. And so by the time 2021 had hit, late 2020, I tried going back to online college. I was certified disabled. Doctors signed off everything. And I tried to do online college. It was like all the disability benefits. Even with that, I still couldn't complete a semester of school. It was so bad. I physically couldn't. I had no way to use a computer. It was that bad. I couldn't sit up on my own. I couldn't stand up to use a standing desk. I couldn't do anything. So I'm lifting, but I'm squatting, having heavy loads. I'm talking hundreds of pounds on my back. Squatting, deadlifting. I'm pulling up 150 pounds off of the ground. Bench pressing. I benched 225 for the first time in years the other day. That's 225 pounds. That's a lot of weight to have on my spine.
So I did that. I watched all the videos. I read all the lessons twice. And I before I worked on the calendar part, I just kept watching and learning. And about halfway through the second go around of videos, all the pain went away. Wow. It's been going 100% since then.
Yeah, basically climbed out of a hole that I thought I would never be able to get out of at points. So yeah, I'm just overjoyed to have my life back. I'd like to thank John and Laura at the Pain Cure Clinic for guiding me and educating me through this process, which has really been the cherry on the cake for me and allowed me to not just live out my normal lifestyle, but completely get rid of that fear and do things that I never thought I was going to be able to do again. So yeah, thank you so much. Just like to record this moment as it's the first time I've been hiking since I've got out my wheelchair. I haven't walked properly in 3 years. And I am up in the mountains. My favourite place to be. I thought I'd never get back up here.
So you need to do this modular program and read some books, invest in yourself, because if you don't invest in yourself, no one else will. And I can promise you, it will deliver you results.
And now I got my life back. So thank you. I really appreciate you guys.
Thank you again, John and Laura, and I encourage you to reach out, take that next step and transform your life and be pain-free. It's possible.
I am just so grateful that you came into my life, John and Laura. I feel like I know you.
I have no problems. I have no pain.
You can put out a little bit of money to go to program. But yeah, thank you guys.
There is a solution out there and it exists on this guy's website. So I would recommend it.
Thank you so much.